Hello, my name is Jordan. I'm a certified Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram technician. So I got a car in here today, and I've been checking some stuff out on YouTube. And I got some information from Chrysler, and I think this would be kind of helpful to some of the owners out here. So yesterday, as perusing YouTube, checked this guy out, Socket Monkey Garage. So he's having an issue with his EV charger, basically where he's having to crawl through the seat, maybe to get some power to this thing so that way he can open it up. I'll link him down below so that way you guys can see what he had going on. So Chrysler gives us this special procedure. We get a lot of information. It's not exactly available to the public, but it's accessing an unresponsive Dodge Charger. There's a little video from Chrysler here. I'm going to show you guys basically what they want us to do when this guy is kind of inaccessible. So I think as much as you guys would want it to be, this guy's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I'm not here to really bash the car. I just want to help the people who've got it. That way you guys can get them to the dealership and we can fix them and do it correctly without anybody messing them up and making my job any harder. So here's our scenario, right? Like I said, nothing wrong with this car. He just came off the truck. We're getting ready to do the PDI on him, strip him all down, get him clean. But let's say, you got one of these guys, he's sitting out in your garage, and this guy is dead. You're hitting the buttons, nothing. Door won't unlock, won't do nothing. You need to access this 12-volt battery back in the trunk, so that way you can get some power to it, so that way you can move it, you can tow it, and you can do what you got to do. So I'm going to try and do this with one hand, but basically what we've got here is right here on the driver's side door, there's an access panel. There's a little black cap here, and what you're going to need is some type of pick, a pocket screwdriver. And when you take this guy off, he's going to go flying. So make sure you know where he goes, or you're going to be in the parts department trying to get another one. And if we get him in there, give him a good pop, he comes right off. Now with your fob, if you press the button, you'll be able to get this key insert out. We're going to be able to get this guy in here. A little hard one-handed. Boom, he's unlocked. Now that we got that guy unlocked, we're able to get inside the car. And here's our next step. What you're going to find over here in the driver's side footwell. This guy's a little dirty because he just came off the truck. He's going to go detail, just ignore him. But right here, you're going to find this push pin, a flap, and a strap. This is going to open the frunk. You pull this guy twice. Now our frunk's popped. Now we're able to get to the jump post. He lives right over here underneath this vent. You're going to see a couple tabs that can be released. Press with your thumb. And now we have access to the jump post. Now that we've got power applied, this is your negative here, positive there, red to red, black to black. Don't mix these up. You're going to be a little upset if you do. Now we got power. So now that we've got a little bit of juice, we've got enough to get back there and pop the trunk, so that way we can get to that 12-volt battery. And now that we've got power applied, we're finally able to get access to everything that we need to get to. And the 12-volt battery resides here. There's a lot of things about this 12-volt battery. I think I'm going to make a separate video on that. They don't want you charging directly to it. There's a couple different things that are very important, and I'll kind of go over that here in a second. But I'll do that for a separate video because it is pretty important on how these things are charged, just to keep this from damaging this guy. So now, using that same procedure, let's say, something's going on with this guy. You need to have it towed. Cars break. Every car breaks. Doesn't, necessarily. This car in general, people run out of battery juice, the same as they will with gas. So let's say you need this guy towed, right? So, it's dead, whatnot. Hopefully if you just ran out of battery, you're going to be able to do this. But unfortunately, there's no safety neutral switch on this guy. There's no little lever you can release to pull so that way it can be pushed. But you want power, you're going to want to get this guy in neutral. You're now able to push this guy, get it up on the back of a flatbed and do what you got to do. I'm going to talk about some of that stuff. There's some safety considerations that we need to talk about as far as that's concerned. All right. So as far as pushing this guy, let's say it's a neutral, you're disabled on the side of the road, you need to push it. They've made it a point right here. They don't want us pushing this guy more than 2 miles per hour. The motors in these guys, drive motor A, drive motor B, also act as generators. So even if this guy's powered down, you push him more than 2 miles an hour, you generate high voltage. Again, a safety consideration. Don't go messing with stuff you shouldn't be messing with. Orange cables on this guy, no good. 400 volts isn't enough to kill somebody. These guys should all be under warranty. You shouldn't really have any reason to be poking around in them. Bringing them to us, we'll fix them. We'll take care of it. The last thing we need is making it a little harder than it needs to be. So as far as towing, here's what we got. They don't want us to use any kind of sling equipment, when it's securing to a flatbed, and they don't want you to attach it to any of the front or rear suspension components. So here's the thing about this thing. I'm going to make another video with one up in the air. You're not really going to see anywhere to hook this stuff. So tell your tow truck driver, to be, be cautious about what they do. Here's some pretty important information. If this vehicle is in violation of the requirements, cause severe transmission damage. It means motor damage. Damage from improper towing is not covered under your warranty. So if your tow truck driver screws this thing up, don't come blaming Chrysler, Stellantis. They're not going to be happy about it. So here's your acceptable tow methods, right? Tow dollies. Tow truck drivers, if you're reading this, you want to do the front and rears on dollies. Same thing with flat tow. You're going to want to, it's unacceptable to flat tow this guy whatsoever. As far as a trailer or a flatbed truck, you're going to want to put this guy on neutral and wheel it up. But if you're using, snatching these things around, you definitely want to make sure you have all the wheels off the ground. Because again, there is really no way to, have a neutral safety release on these guys. So again, that 12-volt battery, same kind of issue Socket Monkey was having. There's a lot of stuff that they, information they're giving us. There's certain ways they want to do things. They want this guy completely disconnected if it's charged. Like I said, it's important for the IDCM, integrated dual charging model, not to be damaged if this battery gets charged outside of that. And there's a lot of information about that battery and, a lot of other things. And I'm going to try and make videos of each one of these little things that Stellantis gives me, so that way you guys can see this stuff too. Again, I'm not here to bash the car. I actually like the car. It's kind of, changed my mind about EVs. Obviously, I love cars. I work for Chrysler. But I've gotten very intimate with these guys. This is about the 7th one that we've had, and I'm our certified EV tech. So that's been kind of interesting learning curve, but it's been fun. The more time I spend in them, the more I like them. And I think with some of these lease deals, I think Charger's going to be possibly in my future. Fits my lifestyle. I live pretty close to work. It's a fun car too, and I think that if you have any reservations about it, call your dealership and drive one. It's not that bad. I can see, it ain't got no V8 in it. It is what it is, but it's a fun car. So yeah, like I said, I'll make some more videos, as these things roll in, and I hope this helps somebody out. Thanks for watching.